Hi, I'd like to talk to you about your business and your business plan. There are a lot of reasons people start their own businesses. Perhaps it's about expertise, being really good at what you do. Maybe it's about passion. Sometimes it's about freedom, working for yourself, calling your own shots, applying some better ideas, maybe even building some wealth, right? If you're watching this, you've probably already made it past the hardest part, getting started. You've got traction, you've put in the hours, and perhaps you've learned how to be busy. But despite all that, there's still a gap between how hard you're working and the results you're getting. And let me be clear, I'm not asking you to work harder. To the contrary, you're already doing that. This is about a handful of subtle disconnects, ones that show up in nearly every expertise-led business. Let's walk through a few of them, see if any of this sounds familiar. Do you remember writing your first business plan? Most of us had to. We maybe to open a bank account or convince someone that the idea wasn't totally crazy. Now, when was the last time you actually looked at that plan? If you're like most of the business owners I coach, it's been a while. And if you do look at it, it probably doesn't look much like the business you're actually running today. That's not a failure, that's evolution. But it does mean the map you started with, it's out of date. So here's the real question. What is your destination now? What do you want for your business, for your family, for you? What is your vision? Because once we're clear on that, we can connect that big picture goal to what you're doing this year, this quarter, this week, and even today. We all started with a picture in our heads of the business we wanted to build, the ideal clients, the perfect projects, the dream outcomes. But often the business that actually gains traction, the one that is actually working, looks a little different. And to be honest, we often get stuck trying to force some of the original vision to work when what's working is really right in front of us. So what if, just for a moment, we stop pushing so hard? What if we looked at who's already choosing us? Who are your best customers? The ones who come back, the ones who refer you without being asked, the ones who pay without drama. That's your sweet spot. That's where the market is pulling you on purpose. And that's where your growth is hiding. So here's a challenge. And yeah, it might feel a little uncomfortable. Pick 4 of your best clients, the ones you love working with, and 4 of your newest clients. Then ask them this. When you describe what we do to someone else, what do you say? That's it. One simple open-ended question. And then just listen. Don't correct them. Don't coach them. Don't try to explain anything, just listen, because the words they use, they may surprise you. That little gap between how you describe your business and how they describe it, that's not a problem, that's your magic. That's the reason people choose you over your competitors. It's your real world advantage. And once you capture it, once you start using their words and their perspective, everything shifts. Your message changes. Your marketing gets sharper. Your referrals get easier. And your next customers, they start finding you because now you're speaking their language. That becomes the foundation for your new plan. Not a plan based on theory, but one built on what's actually working, why people want to do business with you. So if you've never gotten your strategy so focused before, it's not because you did something wrong. It's because you weren't ready. You've already done the hard part. You've built a business on your expertise. You've gotten some traction. Now you'll get the insights to make it thrive. Perhaps the insights that we've discussed here are enough. Maybe this is all you need for you to go ahead, refine that plan by yourself. But if you want a sounding board, someone to help you connect those dots and build a strategy around what makes you unique, let's talk. Click the link. Let's schedule a time in our calendars. Let's close that gap together. Thanks.